Okay. Hi, I'm Jo Ellen, and this is my husband Mark, and we first got our experience with an RV in 2008. It was a 22-foot travel trailer, and we used it for traveling around the country doing dog trials. And then we got another travel trailer, a bigger one, and we used that one for a while. And then we decided we wanted to get a fifth wheel because we felt like it would be easier for us and more fun to travel with the dogs. We'd have more room. So we saved our money and we got a new fifth wheel in June of last year. And we took our first trip right after that to Colorado in Mark's dually pickup, one-ton pickup. And it was pretty rough. And the dogs were not having a fun trip on the back seat, and they were nervous with all the bumpy roads and that sort of thing. Long story short, around that time, Mark told me about something that he had seen on the internet, which was Greg's site and all about RV haulers. And at first I thought he was absolutely crazy. And then we made a trip to Canada, and we met Greg and all of his staff, and we met his wonderful family and had a great time in Canada, and actually picked out SNICK while we were there. It just so happened he had just gotten SNICK in, and we decided to go ahead. We wanted a black truck. We have a black truck. Our one-ton pickup is black, and we wanted a black truck, so this worked out perfectly, and we were able to, as you can see, have it color matched to our RV, which is not attached, but you'll see in some of the other photographs that, here's the color that matches our RV, so it looks great together. And then we went back in November for another trip to Canada, and actually got to meet all the painter guys at that point in time, and saw the frame that was made for the smart car bed, and talked with the guys there about the color matching and some of the things they were doing to make sure it was perfect, and it absolutely is perfect in my opinion. So then we've been waiting for the truck and communicating with Greg frequently, and now it's here. And personally for me, having never pulled a trailer before, not even a short trailer, other than I've tried to back a 16-foot trailer down this crooked driveway we have with not much success, but I'd never pulled an RV ever. And Mark sometimes needs help, and he gets tired, and so we sometimes have to stop earlier than we planned because he was tired and I don't know how to drive it. So Greg got here, we drove the truck, then we pulled the trailer. So I pulled the trailer for the very first time I've ever pulled a trailer using SNICK. And then we got back to our property, and Greg made me back it into our RV shed, which is fairly narrow. With lots of coaching and lots of back and forth, I was able to get it back in and get it straight. And then I drove.
What a coach.
And absolutely, great coaching skills.
I stood away and let him work because he is a fine coach.
Then I drove, actually got Mark to stop on the way back from our ranch to our home in Austin, and got down behind the wheel and drove the truck the rest of the way home. On Easter Sunday, a little bit of traffic, there's a lot of cars out there, and just making sure I didn't run over anybody and learning how to adjust my speed. But it's just been a great experience for me, Greg. I can't thank you enough for being so patient with me and being so encouraging, because I really wasn't confident at all that I could drive the truck, much less pull the trailer and back the trailer. So I feel really good about it. I feel like I'll be driving some. I think Mark will still do the vast majority of the driving because he gets fidgety in the right seat where I can sit and read a book. But long story short, it's been a terrific experience from the outset. You and your folks have all been so wonderful to us, and all the videos that you've sent us have really helped us know where we were in the process. You've explained everything incredibly well. I must admit right now I have a little bit of information overload with all of the things that you've taught me in the past couple of days, but I think as we start to travel, I'll learn more and I'll be more and more comfortable along the way. And we plan to get in this thing with the RV and the dogs and go all over this country as well as Canada, and visit places that we've been before and go new places that we've not been. And
have a whole new appreciation for Canada. What a lovely state. So yeah, we're planning on doing a lot of traveling, don't we?
And just so your viewers know, we have 3 Canadian dogs, so we've been to Canada before, from the west coast to the east coast, and we really like it, but we want to do some more traveling in Canada. We think it's absolutely a gorgeous place, so we're looking forward to that, and meeting more people who have your rigs, and certainly catching up with friends that we've made already, so we're looking forward to it. But all in all, to me, it's been a terrific experience, something I never thought we would do, but I'm very, very happy that we did. And even in the short time I was pulling the trailer, it's just so much more comfortable than with Mark's pickup, so I think it'll be a great ride.
That's the main thing, is the safety aspect and the comfort. Those are the two main I think the two main things that stand out to me most, because you feel, I mean, the tow vehicle now weighs approximately the same or maybe a little more than the trailer does. So, I mean, instead of the trailer having this big, I always feel like there's a big claw hand over you on the
Pushing
interstate,
you down the freeway.
saying, well, I might let you go that way. This guy says, you're coming with me.
Yeah. Follow me, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'll be fun, I
that's
think.
nice to
That'll be really nice.
to have something that you know you're secure in. You know, everything is very safe, and you have that overwhelming feeling of confidence and safety that I don't think you can get from any size commercially available pickup, even a dually. So that's been really nice. Yeah, and to add a little bit to the trip up there, I think Greg may have a lab in the back where he's cloning his people, because they're exactly like Greg. I mean, all his folks, Joe and Nate, I guess are the guys that I've met and know the best, and what a great group of guys. They pay just as much attention to detail as Greg does. You know, when he's delivering an RV hauler, can't be there all the time. You feel like no worries. Those guys have everything under control when he's not there. So that's nice to know as well.
And you had the great experience of flying to Canada and driving home with Greg. So you guys put a lot of miles on in
Wow,
4 days. So
that was of all the things. Yeah, don't want to forget that. That was, if anybody can do that, that is a great experience. I mean, what Greg and I were, we hit the pavement pretty hard. We were doing approximately 10, 11 hours a day just because we felt good. You know, we were team driving, if you will. I was driving part and Greg was driving part. We set forth 5 days that we set out, that we budgeted for that. We used 4 days. So we cut it down an entire day. I mean, by the end of day 2, I was in the hotel room looking at the schedule going, we can't get 3 more days in between here and Austin. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, we made it early, and that was a great experience being there and driving that with Greg, because for the training, it's invaluable training to be able to sit there with him for that length of time and be able to ask any little questions. What's that noise? What does that mean? What does this do? What, you know, you can sit there and have his undivided attention as he delivers your RV hauler, and you're there with him. That's just invaluable. I think if anybody can anyway make that happen, to fly up to his place and drive it back to your home, I absolutely recommend that you do that.
Well, thanks for that recommendation, Mark. Is there anything else you folks would want to share with people that are perhaps right now thinking about an RV hauler? What would be your advice to them? Or
check it out. Go see, because, you know, like I said, I was skeptical when Mark first said it. I was just like, you've got to be kidding. We're going to buy a diesel truck and put a smart car on the back. I thought he was crazy. But I would recommend people just be open-minded, go try it, because I think you'll be amazingly surprised at how easy it is to drive, how comfortable it is. I think it's going to be terrific for us and the dogs, and that's what we plan to do. So,
I mean, when you first see one, you know, if you've never driven one of these guys, I mean, you know, look at the size of it. It's big, but, you know, and it can be intimidating when you first see one and you first stand by one. A lot of people have never even stood by one.
including me.
Yeah.
I'd never been near a diesel truck before.
Right. And you stand there and you go, oh my gosh, this is just too huge. But once you start learning about it, you get familiar with it, you climb up in it, Greg takes you for a ride, you start going, this is really just a big pickup, you know. It's a lot more, obviously, but it's not nearly as intimidating, and the safety that you feel from having a vehicle this size far outweighs any thought of, you know, it being intimidating. It's very nice to be able to get familiar with it, and then that fades away pretty quick, and you go, you know, this might just work, you know. So give it a try. So I think the thing to do is go check it out and see what you think. So.
well, Joellen, I've sure appreciated your your hostess and your guidance here in Texas. I've enjoyed where you've taken me for dinner and
Good.
the things that you folks have shown me. It's been great to come to Texas. Thank you for your business.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you for being such wonderful hosts. Mark, remember, what happens on the road stays on the road. But boy, I've enjoyed getting to know you, and I'm sure looking forward to seeing where you guys are going to travel next. Thank
And
you.
we'd like to also thank Carrie and Greg's family for doing all the things that they do. I know behind the scenes, so don't want to go without saying that as well. So
I appreciate them every day.
We got a little Canadian hospitality when we were there too. So.
yes,
From your family. Thank you.
great folks.
Thank you both.
You bet.